Assalamu alaikum everybody, hey, it's Shahed and I'm back with another video. This is the fourth time trying to film this video. Hopefully this will be the one. We're gonna go over the 6 ways films and TV shows get Arabs wrong. It's important to note that I'm talking about Arab people. I'm not talking about governments, because right now the governments in the Arab world are despicable and have committed atrocious crimes and are complicit in a lot of atrocious crimes around the world, including Palestine and Sudan. So please understand that I am referencing the population and the general beings rather than political parties in the Middle East. Starting at number 6, casting non-Arabs as Arabs. We see it specifically, I want to say, with a lot of South Asian actors, and this is not to take away from the talented actors. It's just about the fact that they aren't Arab. People have a very ignorant way of classing both groups of people as if they were the same because, you know, we're both brown. Good examples of this include the talented Naomi Scott cast as Jasmine in Aladdin. Recently, the show One Piece cast an Indian actress to play a Middle Eastern character, and I believe the character's name is Vivi. The character is meant to be Middle Eastern, meant to be Arab. This other character is conflicting in its own right, and it's not just about the actor's race, but the character himself, which is Saeed in Lost. This one is hard because even though this isn't the topic at hand, his character showcases a lot of racist tropes of a Middle Eastern man, but I always really liked his character because there was some humanity to him, but it's definitely problematic. The identity is lost. Arab identity isn't there. There's no authenticity to the role. There's also the fact that there are Arab actors and actresses that play Arab roles, but they don't identify them as Arab people. A good example is Rami Malek, who's an Egyptian actor, and he played the protagonist in a film called The Amateur. There's no correlation to who the character is and what his nationality is. He's playing a dude named Charlie. I would have given him a good Arab name like Omar, Abdullah, Abu Bakr. There's a lot of amazing Arab talent out there that aren't being showcased because of this. There are Americans and Europeans playing those characters, which makes no sense. Let's fix that, shall we? On to number 5. This one is a very nasty one. The oppressive and abusive Arab man. You can literally throw a dart and catch a character like this in every film that's supposedly representing Arab people. It's kind of parallel to the way that blackface was used in the film Birth of a Nation, where you have a white dude who painted his face black, chasing around a white girl before because she didn't want to be, by him. Realistically, it was always vice versa. You have the white man who used to do that during slavery to black women. The narrative of the violent, dominating, controlling Arab man, Arab father, brother, husband is constantly being seen in films and TV shows. It's demonizing and vilifying a nationality of men. A good counter to that is my film, Mita'ammuz, which is about a British dude who sits down with 2 Palestinian uncles and asks the father for his permission to marry his daughter. Now with this short film, you see these 2 Palestinian men being protective, especially the father's protective, but he's not scary. He isn't meant to be domineering. He's a very warm and humorous character. Both of them are. And there are other films that represent us that way, but a lot of Western and Hollywood shows and films don't. Red flag right there. Number 4, Arabs are never humanized. Everything Arab is seen as scary or primitive or barbaric. Our personality on screen are non-existent, whether it's the terrorist trope, which is a commonly used stereotype. Arab characters lack sympathy. When I say everything Arab seems scary, I'm talking names, I'm talking clothes, I'm talking language. When you hear Arabic, when has that ever made somebody feel safe in a film? Good examples, again, American Sniper, Body of Lies, Black Hawk Down. We're just never seen as good people on screen. I don't know. Do I look like a bad person, guys? Is it because I'm wearing a hoodie? It's a little chilly, and it looks nice. We gonna stop right here. If you haven't already and you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. Give a follow to my Instagram, my TikTok. Please do that right now. Number 3, the oppressed and or exotic Arab woman. I'm sure you've heard of the silenced victim female Arab woman. Astaghfirullah. There's this sexualization that happens around Arab women. The idea of the genie, the fictional Arab fantasy desert belly dancers. It's either conveying this message that we're victims and we're not liberated, or it's showing this exotic and fetishized idea of what a female Arab is. the K-drama K2, there's a soldier in a country where he fell in love with a foreign girl. And there's a scene where she's wearing like a niqabi scarf. Her scarf is kind of covering her face. Pulls it down. Her beautiful blue eyes are showing. You see her entire face. And I'm like, that's really... keep it covered, sister. Keep it covered. I don't... Why? Astaghfirullah. By the way, we are very intelligent beings. It is not just these two boxes that you must check. On to number dos. Perverting Islam. Faith and being a practicing Muslim is seen as a red flag. Mosque goers, practicing Muslim people, that lifestyle, that avoidance of haram aesthetic is considered very toxic and very extreme. The lifestyle that we choose to live is being perverted on screen. Not all Muslims are Arab and not all Arab are Muslim, but the two are usually married to one another in cinema, which I don't really have a problem with if you're doing it properly. Arab Muslim men and women stereotyped into these boxes because of the fact that they are religious is nasty. A few mentions before we get to our last one on the list. Rewriting history. This one, common again. We're seeing war films. We're seeing stories from the West's perspective, which we know is not the best and most reliable perspective. We're not witnessing the dark realities of Muslims and Arabs experience because of the West's involvement. We don't see that in cinema. Generalizing all Arabs. There are Egyptians, there are Palestinians, there are Lebanese people, there's Yemenis, there's Libyans, there's Syrians. We are not all the same person. It's the same way not all Hispanics are Mexican. Generalizing everybody is such an ignorant and disrespectful way of writing a plot line and writing characters. The token Arab. I want to bring up Saeed because he's such a layered onion character, like what Shrek says all the time. There are such racist tropes and stereotypes. He's filled with them. But what makes it hard to hate his character is because they humanize him and he always feels guilty for everything he's done wrong. He feels like he is not worth redemption. That doesn't take away the fact that he did play a somewhat token Arab character. He worked for the Americans and he tortured his own people. He was the stereotypical violent torturer. Last but not least, number one, erasing Palestine. I mentioned that Arabs don't really have their nationalities properly illustrated, but Palestinians especially are silenced and censored, and we have no proper representation around us. World War Z had such atrocious fallacies about Palestinians and Israelis living on the same land, laughing and having a blast with one another. There are scenes in the film where you see that before the zombie attacked everyone. And what's even salt on the wound is they had an IOF soldier played one of the main protagonists who was trying to save everybody's life. I'm like, how deluded are you from facts and reality to be able to tell a story where an Israeli soldier is the good guy? I can't watch that film at all. I get so nauseous watching those scenes. The times where I see Palestinians being mentioned is when main characters bring it up in the form of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. Name Palestinian characters that have properly had their identities conveyed on screen. And I'm not talking about ones that are written by Palestinian or Arab writers. I'm talking about Hollywood filmmaking, where you see our culture, our lifestyle, our traditions, our faith being displayed in films and TV, because we don't. Good alternatives to that, again, are by Arab filmmakers, such as The Voice of Hind Rajab, Farha, Palestine 36. It's no surprise because Hollywood is run by, you could finish that sentence. It's up to filmmakers like myself and everybody else that you've seen creating films to tell these stories that nobody wants to tell, authentically and truthfully. We've made it to the end of the list. And if you haven't already, check out my video about Islamophobia in films. Inshallah, I will see you next time with another amazing, controversial topic. Bye.